Hey, welcome everyone. I have with me today a very fun artist who I met at Divine Pine Gathering, and her name is Shooby. Welcome, Shooby.
Hey Susie, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's lovely to have you. I've been trying to get artists to talk to me, so every once in a while someone is interested. So I'm glad that you're here, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us. Um, I just wanted to know a little bit about your background because I know we met, but we never really talked about how you became an artist. If you don't mind sharing with everyone what your journey's been like and when it started and all that good stuff.
Cool, yeah. Well, I've always kind of dabbled with art, but I just recently started taking it more seriously, probably in about 2017. And for me, it's just a way to be void of thought in like such an effortless manner. It's like the only time I'm able to do so. So it's like my therapy, and it just always made me feel good. So I started doing it more and more, and now it's like a really great side business for me. So I just started doing pet portraits for people, and over the holidays, that has kept me pretty busy. And kind of sucks not making art for yourself for such a long time, but it's awesome that I'm able to bring in some nice extra income with it and help people feel happy about their pets and all that good jazz.
Nice, nice.
Mhm.
Have do you have some stuff with you that you can show us, some of your work?
Definitely. I actually have the painting that I was working on at Divine Pine with me, and it's always been one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. Nice.
Yeah, my tribute to Sublime for all the Sublime fans out there. I don't know if I'll ever be able to let that one go, honestly. Then I have this one. It's my favorite from 2020.
Oh, nice. What is this about? Can you say a little bit about it?
It's so strange because this image, like, it was just like it ambushed my brain. It was like transmitted to me by aliens or something. And I called it the catalyst, and just like all the weird energy that was brewing in 2020, and people starting to see through things a bit more, and just, yeah, feeling that fire. So
Yeah, I can see the fires. I thought that maybe that's in reference to the California fires that happened earlier last.
yeah, definitely is part of it. Just all the mayhem that was ensuing in the world.
It's interesting that you say that you were communicating with aliens. Can you say a little bit more about that? I'm just curious. It's
Well,
just
it's just
I've
like,
met a few people who have said that, and I just am curious.
well, it's cool that other humans out there can relate to it. It's just like I could see the image so crisply and so clearly. It's like, how else did this just like plop right into my brain? Like it was just pieced together so perfectly, and like I just had to like sketch it out really quick before I lost it. And I don't know, it's cool to think that.
Oh, okay. So that's what you're referring to as aliens, because for me, I would refer to that as my imagination.
Right, right. Maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit there, but it was just like so instant and just so, precise, and it was just amazing. So,
Well, there's definitely a place where we all tune into, and which Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, and that's like where we all get our images, and especially when we create something like you just created, the more surreal and not things that can be seen in the world that we live in, so that we tap into, that we bring through.
absolutely. I'm a firm believer in that for sure.
Nice. I'm just curious a little bit about when you were younger too, when you were, I guess, in grade school or anything like that. Did you feel a calling towards becoming an artist at all?
Yeah, for sure. Like it just always made me feel good to create, and just like look at something and be like, wow, like my brain spit that out. So, yeah, I think I've always been drawn to it for sure.
Very nice. Well, Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, for sure.
And what are you working on now? Do you have anything that you're working on?
Just mostly pet portraits for people, things that are just like under wraps. Most of them are gifts and whatnot. But yeah, that's like really kept me consumed, and it's an awesome problem to have. Like I love creating for other people. There's like a lot of pressure on it sometimes too, especially doing like, something that's kind of photo realistic, which has never been my domain. Like I have my own little weird fun style, but there's definitely a lot of pressure to make it like the dog, that I'm painting. So mhm.
Can you describe your creative process? I know it varies from painting to painting and from day to day. So there's like not a specific way that we make art. I think it's different all the time, but just in general, what happens?
Right. What happens is I usually have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. And like I said, I just kind of turn my brain off, and it's like almost like I'm in a trance, kind of. So like I just kind of smush and smear the paint around until I think it looks cool, and then I just know when it's done, you know.
Nice. Very cool. What inspires you?
Just everything and anything, especially like natures and just really bright fluorescent colors, animals, plants. I love crystals, just in space, outer space. I do like a lot of backgrounds, like with nebulas and stuff. And
Nice. Um, have you ever felt blocked when it came to creating? Like you decided that now it's time to make a painting and you started it and you're like, oh no, I have no idea where I'm going next. And you were there for a few days. And how did you get through it?
For sure. I definitely used to feel like that quite often, but I found like the more you create, the more easy it becomes, and the more effortlessly it flows like water. Like sometimes you just kind of have to force yourself, and it doesn't feel good while you're forcing it, but it'll eventually, like, you'll break through, and, you know, yeah, so.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I've ruined paintings trying to force it.
It definitely happens for sure.
Oh no, I should have not put that mark right there. I should have just waited for it to just come to me. Yeah.
Right, right.
Um, what about have you ever created something and felt like there was something just like um almost magical the way that it just happened from start to finish?
Oh yes, absolutely. Sometimes it just like feels so miraculous, and the way it flows so easily, and you're doing everything right, and you're just like, how am I even doing this right now? And when you feel that flow, like you have to keep riding it until you're like totally depleted, like because you just want to capture all of that awesomeness that you got going on.
Do you have a specific painting that you can reference that maybe we can see or you can point us to that you have somewhere online on Instagram or something? Like if you have a title for it or something, just let us know which one was so magical from start to finish.
Um, Definitely that one I showed you, the catalyst with the city burning. That one, just like everything happened so easily, and there was like no resistance on my part whatsoever, which isn't something that happens all the time. Um, Conjure, this one with a woman, she's like all rainbow and decked out. And you can view those on my Instagram. It's the shoobs.soul. So
Okay. Do you ever wish that you can actually recreate that feeling all the time?
yeah, definitely. But then, then it wouldn't be so special, and maybe you wouldn't, appreciate it as much. So,
I can,
there's ups and downs to everything, and it's what makes it cool.
absolutely. I like that. That's a good point to keep in mind. Maybe that's why it doesn't happen all the time.
For sure.
There's I think each artist has like a few pieces that they create in their lifetime that are like out of this world. And I think there's always that every time we start a painting, we're always like hoping to get to that place. So that's what keeps us going for some reason.
Yeah, I totally agree with that for sure.
Yeah. What would you like to see happen for you in the near future and the far future with your art as like art goals?
Article for sure. I just kind of want to put myself out there more and immerse myself more into the art culture around here in Jackson. I've always, been, you know, I keep myself under wraps and I'm totally a hermit and I just like hang out with my cat and binge watch and paint. And if I'm not doing that, I'm working. So yeah, just sign up for more festivals when the world is normal again and put myself out there more. And I'd love to do some mural work. So that's definitely something I'll be doing, like interacting with more businesses and putting stuff on consignment as well.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's crazy how this past year was for most of us, especially us artist types who have the tendency to just, be in our space for hours and hours and hours and like, oh, outside world, yeah, there's people out there. Maybe I should go there and like see someone.
Right, right. Definitely have to force yourself to get out of your little area every now and again.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We kind of
Yeah,
get lost in that,
right, right,
which sometimes could be a good thing, but you got to keep the balance, the
right. Moderation
little
with
bit
everything.
of this, a little bit of that, keep it under wraps.
Hmm. I agree.
What is your biggest fear when it comes to being an artist?
I don't know, just not resonating with what I'm putting out or I guess that's the biggest fear.
Hmm. Okay. And do you have any artists that you are following right now that you really love their work?
Oh yeah, I'd follow a slew on Instagram. Let's see. I really love Crystal Eyes. I love Chris Dyer. I love Amanda Sage and all those cool like trippy visual artists. Um Morgan Mandela, Ellie Paisley. She's a really cool one. People have told me that my work looks like hers sometimes.
Nice.
Hmm.
Okay. Lovely. Yeah, all these artists, I am familiar with all their work. They're
Hmm. For
pretty
sure.
powerful. And what do you have upcoming? Do you have any projects that you're working on with someone else or for your own sake? Do you have like anything that you would like to produce, maybe with other people or just a solo show or something like that? Do you have any plans for anything like that at all?
I don't really at the moment. I am really wanting to collaborate with somebody in the near future and join forces and just make something really cool. I have been working on I've been doing logos for this guy's hash company. So that's really cool. And like they're like collectible, so there's different designs for different flavors and stuff. So that's really been keeping me busy.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's always a good thing to use our creative abilities to help with something like that. I think it's always a good thing.
Right. It feels really cool to help bring somebody's brand to life and
Yeah,
mm.
very nice. So if you were born again, would you still want to be an artist?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just I don't know, I just feel like I just love being in the zone and just watching, it manifest in front of me and just knowing that it's limitless and yeah, it's therapy. Art is my best friend and therapist and mhm.
Absolutely. I'm going to add another part to that. What if they said you can't be an artist? You can be anything you want except an artist. What would you choose?
would still be an artist anyway. I wouldn't conform. Are you kidding me?
You'd be like an underground artist.
Yeah.
I like that.
Even if I was creating for me, it just feels too good. Feels too delicious.
That is so cool. Love it. I should have seen that coming.
For sure.
And what superpower would you like to have if we all had superpowers? And maybe you already have it. I don't know.
I think, I don't know, I've thought about this from time to time, and I think to fly would be so cool. It's like a pretty generic answer, but like that would just really help me out in life. So
Oh, I think we all get to fly at some point, especially when we have flying dreams. Have you ever had those?
yeah, those are trippy. Just the way it feels in the dream, like it's so vivid, and yeah, it's really weird.
It must be that, like our ancestors or something. I don't know. We'll have to look into that a little bit more.
I have some weird dreams, man.
What has being an artist taught you?
Patience without a doubt, and just tenacity, and just really, persisting on something and not giving up. And yeah, like my patience is outstanding through the art. Like I can just really keep working at something and never give up, and
Yeah,
all come in time.
absolutely. Would you say you've had a mystical experience at all while making art, while painting or drawing or any of that?
Yeah, definitely. Like you're just like suspended in like this most awesome state. Like every time I paint, like it just feels like the coolest time ever. And just being able to completely shut your brain down and just go into that little trance mode. It's always mystical, I think that's why I love it so much.
Okay. Is there a specific um, time that you can refer to, or like a story that you'd like to share about that at all? Or
Um,
no
I
rush.
don't
You can take your time to like try and remember something. If
for sure. Um, just like those really delicious flow states, where like you know exactly what you're gonna do, and yeah, that just feels really cool, man. It's always mystical.
okay, I I suppose there is truth to that for sure.
hmm
I mean, I feel like sometimes it's more mystical than others, but there's always definitely some sort of transcendental experience when it comes to making art for sure.
hmm Oh, I can show you this one. This was a mystical time. I did this painting. This is just a print of it, but
Oh,
this is actually entitled Transcendence.
yeah, that definitely portrays something like that. Very nice. What is the medium there?
I don't know, like I was just painting and it just kind of came out. So like, sometimes I don't apply, the meaning to it until much later. Like sometimes it just seeps through and, I get a deeper understanding of it. But yeah, like just like this is kind of the imagery I hold in my head, like when I'm like meditating, for instance, like, mhm. And just breaking through that veil and just being able to really like feel everything.
Yeah, there really doesn't have to be any meaning to everything that we make, honestly.
Right, totally.
And it's always so nice to leave room for other people's interpretations of what they see in it. I was curious about the medium that you used, like the kinds of paints. Was it oils or acrylics, or what do you usually use when you paint?
I'm definitely fond of acrylics. I like how they dry pretty quickly and you can just like move right along. I have dabbled with oils. Just, it takes so much longer for it to dry and you can't really just like slap it all on there very well. And yeah, I like the way acrylics blend. I always use the Liquitex basics. It's pretty like cost effective and they're like really nice and buttery and um, I love how bright and vivid they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Acrylics are really amazing. You can do so much with them. I am actually really loving your new look. You look so different than from when we met.
I feel like I'm so weightless right now. Yeah, after having dreadlocks for
So
6 years.
what inspired you to get rid of your dreadlocks? I'm very curious. I know this has nothing to do with the art, but I'm so
Totally, totally. I don't know, like they were just kind of becoming a pain and they weren't that practical anymore. And they were like, it was so difficult to wash them and dry them. And when I had them on top of my head in a bun, like I just felt like, you know, I felt so off balance. My equilibrium like sucked completely.
all these things we never think about. Well, you look stunning right now, and thank you for having this conversation with me. I hope
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
we want Divine Pine back.
Yeah, yeah, that would be super cool. Divine Pine Central Place, and I was so happy to be part of it.
If they'll have it. I wonder if they'll have it this year. That would be so amazing.
It was.
To all the Divine Piners out there, hi. See you soon. Okay, well, thank you so much, Shooby. It was nice to connect with you. Let's stay in touch, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye, everyone. If you're an artist and you'd like to have a conversation with me, please get in touch. I'd love to have you on this YouTube channel. Take care. Bye.
Bye.